Hello. Hello, hello. All right. So I don't really have a plan going in today. I just thought I finally got the VTuber model up to a point where I'm happy enough to like use it. There's still a lot I'd like to do. Because currently it's very, very simple. It's basically just a model that's rigged. It doesn't even have like a blinking animation yet. So sorry for the soulless eyes, but yeah, I just thought it'd be fun, get a bit of streaming in today because it's been a bit, and yeah, so let's turn over. Go. Make sure we're all good. Heck yeah, there we are. Aw yeah. So yeah, still very simple. I'd like to get some texture work done on it. Looks like the hair is supposed to have highlights and stuff. But we at least have eyes and glasses and ear textures. Everything else is just vertex colors for now. But hey, you gotta start somewhere, right? That's why this is version 0.1. Wait, this is baby, little fella, little guy. All right, so let's see. So a couple of things have happened off stream with the project. Let's just like go into the game. Gotta remember my controls for this. There we go. Real quick, I'm gonna lose tracking. I forgot to plug in my controller. There we go. Alright. So, first most noticeable thing is the ground is now covered in water. This is not like a scene that's gonna make it into the final game. Prototype, rather. I'm not letting this be the full game. But I don't know, adds a little more kinetic energy to the scene, and it was just cool because this is my first time ever doing like a custom water texture. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. There's still a problem with it, and I'm not sure if this is a Godot or thing, or like the shader I'm using for the Nintendo 64 textures, but go to a certain point. Yeah, because what's technically happening with it right now, until I learn a bit more about shaders, is basically I just have two planes right on top of each other with the same texture, and then one's just turned 90 degrees so that they scroll at different directions. So that's something I have to figure out. I'm not entirely sure why it does that. But yeah, so yeah, just did a bunch of art asset stuff off stream. Started working on just like a basic building for getting used to like the scale of things. Seems like my character is like 2 meters tall in Blender, so just gives a really good idea of where I'm gonna go with things. Then the other thing I did is I did a basic kind of enemy design. I don't know if this will be like final or anything, but I wanted to do something to get some like animation, you know, practice in, because I have like no experience with animation. As you can tell, it's a pretty rigid animation, but yeah, I wanted to just do like a really simple enemy design that'd be really easy to rig up, and then just see what I could animate. As it stands, it just does that like swaying animation. Depending on how things go during the stream today, maybe I'll work on like more animation for it. I may even fix up the rig a bit, because I learned a little bit more about like IK and stuff like that, so Yeah, we learning. Yeah, alright. Let's get out of that. So, let's think. Something we could do is, I do think, we can go ahead and get a hurt box on this guy. A collision shape. That's too small. Probably not a great way of handling this. I'll likely eventually do something to where your attacks like actually angle or whatever. So that way we don't have to have like these super elongated hitboxes and have the attacks look like they're hitting air. So I need to do this. Let's just see, let's do this with collision shapes. Ooh, I just thought of something else I can work on stream today. I'd like to fix the dynamic music. That'll kind of suck for stream, just because that means I'll have to pause playlist while doing that, but I mean, it's just one of those things I'd like to get done. Is it getting? I'm not getting any messages from the... Oh, though maybe I got rid of that message. I need to check that. Show what I'm doing instead of the game. Yeah, I did get rid of that message. Okay, that's fine. It's really not a big deal. Just to be extra sure, because maybe something funky will be happening because it's on the armature. Oop, I died. Something else I need to fix, actually, is currently, when you walk off of something, you get, like, double your movement. I have an idea as to why that's happening. I think it's, like, basically doing the update for both states for, like, a single frame while it's switching between them. But who knows? I could be wrong. Interesting. We are not getting the "oop, I died" message. Is it because what am I doing wrong here? Oh, that's what I'm doing wrong. I'm stupid. I forgot to set the collision layers. That'll do it. Honestly, the combo still feels like it needs a little bit of tweaking. Like the timing on it, like I don't know. I'll need to kind of like study other games, see how it feels in them, get a better idea. It's one of those things I usually just don't think a lot about. Okay, we are still not getting the message there, so let me instead oh, that's what happened. Oh, neat, you guys got to see the crash. This is indicating to me that I need to do something different for my hurt box, because I shouldn't be needing to like do a bunch. I should be able to just kind of like throw it on. Okay, smack your ass a bit. I'm not getting anything, which is really weird. Not that I'm doing much on my end at this point, but this is really bizarre. Here, let me first off, I need to change this because I'm tired of it being full screen. Now I can see the fucking console without tabbing out. Okay, so this enemy here has a hitbox, right? So we're getting both of the message on you. So let's see. What am I doing differently with the fucking flower then? Let's... I don't want that long list of trees open. We're gonna actually put you up here, so I don't have to do that every time. It shouldn't be that the parent object is a character body. That shouldn't be the case. But let's see. So we have hurt box component right here. We have it set to the same layer and mask. Gee dang! Maybe it is that it's parented to something different. It shouldn't be, but maybe it is. Because all that should be happening. There shouldn't be any like kind of reference to like what is parenting it, right? We're still in it, right? So yeah, we're still getting the messages for the little candle guy, little candle fella. We just aren't getting it for the flower. And it's not like we're not entering, right? We are definitely entering. How peculiar. Fine. Let's test it without it being parented to the furniture. Let's test it being outside of all that, right? And just to be even more on top of things here, let's set it up to where taller, right? I don't know if that came through. My Alexa just popped off. Save that. Press the candle. Oop, I die. Hurt box entered. Yep, both of those messages. What is kind of weird though, right, is that in the output, the hurt box entered message is coming after the one that pops up when it's applying the damage, which is pretty weird, all things considered. Wow, this is just not working, even with it separated like that. That is so bizarre. I'm a little confused as to why that's, this is totally me getting distracted, but that should be... never mind. I know why that's not enabled. We'll just, I'm just so confused. Like, it's so bizarre to me that this isn't working. Because nothing about this seems any different between the two objects. Except for the fact that this is instantiated, like, in this scene, right? Whereas this is from, like, the packed scene. Oh, I'm dumb. Of course it's doing the freaking message. Dude, the damage. It's... Maybe I am just not in a solving bugs and programming kind of mindset today. I just don't know. I just don't. By all counts, it just doesn't make sense. Consistent message that I just somehow haven't seen until now? Not looking like it. No, I'm not showing what I'm doing. One day I'll get used to doing that. Yeah, it's not giving anything when I hit. Alright, well, that is a later me problem. For now, let's instead maybe fix the dynamic music shit. Let's see if I'm capable of fixing that right now. So, real quick, I will demonstrate where we're at with that. Okay. Okay. So, capturing the scene properly? Yeah, we're good. Okay, so, got normal area theme. Getting close to a normal enemy. Normal enemy theme plays, right? Far enough away. Then starts playing the theme again, yada yada yada, and right? But there's a problem, right? And that's if I go back in and then back out, it fucks up, right? And I think it's just because it's setting a tween, but then like never canceling it. So it should be a pretty simple thing to fix. Bam. And bam. All right. So let's think. It's something I kind of want to see, right? How do I do this? Right? Because with this, I'll show. You can see it can be interrupted. It doesn't like try to finish it and then go back. And I think that might be because it's I don't know, because I mean it's making a tween every time it does that, which is probably not very performant. But well, one thing we can do, right? So we can make these more accessible tweens. This is very messy. Should really clean this up. So I want to see. Hopefully this doesn't like do stupid shit. So entered the area. So now it created this tween. And then it faded out. So we're creating another fade out tween, but this time for the interrupt BGM player. So it'd probably be easier to do this with the stationary target. So, bam. Then we step out. It's going to start fading out the I mean, really stupid hacky fix, right? Is we just check, like, here. If volume does not equal 0, turn. Let's just see how this pans out, right? Nope, we didn't get the loop. Restart it. Okay. Walk back over. Hit the breakpoint. I'm gonna get rid of that for now. Ooh. Okay. We're in the boss music zone. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so it's definitely not what we want. Fuck. It's getting funky now. Oh, I apologize. I forgot. Will you ever forgive me? So how do we want to handle this then? I think part of the problem, right, is that we have two separate tweens happening, right? Just out of curiosity. I'm going to do this. Rid of that. That. Rid of all of that. Bam. We're going to instead make that equal. Right? So we should only have the one tween now. The entire script. Yeah. So now we're just like the targeted marks now, right? Thank you. Thank you for showing me some mercy. So, should happen now is we're going to hit it. Okay, we did not get our area music back. Ah, we can do it like that. Okay. Set IMDb 0. Let's try that. But didn't do anything. Let me look at the remote. The remote. Yeah, we're still set to negative 80 decibels, right? Why is that? Let's see if you can see what I'm doing. Why is it not working here? But, because I'm pretty sure this worked here. The fact that I don't even think it's necessary there, but we're gonna leave it there for now. I can't wait to find out that's the problem. Be really cool. That is in fact not doing it. How do I set this properly? Because it doesn't seem to want to do that. Like, it should be starting the music like every friggin' time it hits us, which is not amazing. But it's something. uh, well, something we can do, right, is we can make it do this instead. Target volume. That a float. No, actually, that might just be an integer. I don't. We're just not even going to type it right now. Shut up. La, 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 la. Right. Yeah, it helps if we not the negative target, the target volume, right? And It's 80. Getting a little fucky now. Honestly, I may need to just go through and redo this. Because this is honestly really messy. I can't say I'm a fan of this. Where are we calling reset from? That might be called by the enemy music thing. Yeah. Which might be part of our problem. I think I'm fine to get rid of that. That might be part of our problem. That's at least why it's resetting the main area theme, right? So let's just like run through the logic, I guess, because my brain is too dumb to just jump in right now. So scene starts. We set up the area theme. Yada yada yada. We go through. It's not an interruption. We don't have a fade time. We put in our stuff, right, and then play it. And then this right here is just like, hey, do we have a loop? Okay, wait for the player to stop. And once it has stopped, then start playing the loop. Right? So that shouldn't be fucking with anything. Hmm. Wait. We get rid of that, right? Because that'll make it to where wait. I see. I see. Okay. So what we want to do is I don't think I want this. Interrupt should basically always be like a right away play. But if our interrupt BGM player dot volume is not equal to 0. Then we're going to fade. I think it was I have made this kind of a shit show. I think I am going to redo this code. I kind of hate how this is all set up, and there's so many different things that are like fade time, but like, what are they using it for? I just, okay, so don't need that. It's silly for that to have that. Right. We are going to get rid of as many fade time instances as we can right now because I don't want them there. We're going to instead say pass for that, so it stops screaming at us. Only thing that should have fade time is fade. Control D. Set. There, we'll do that, right? I'm fine with that. This is what's super hard to do. Redoing the code. Because it wouldn't be like super hard to do. It would be really annoying though. Yeah, it would just be annoying more than anything. Let's just fucking run it. Let's just run it, see where it's at. Area music play, right? Enemy music play. With area music, right? So we're not getting a fade out call. We are getting a fade out call on the enemy though. But having it go in and out is not working. Noted. Okay. Fade out. Look. So this is going to affect the So now let's instead do this. All right. Gee whiz. Well, the area theme stopped, but it did not fade out properly. Well, that's more consistent with the behavior I want. It's just not the behavior I want. Neat! How cool. Okay, well now the area music's just done. Retired. I'm out. See you later. Stinky. Right? What about if we head on over to our boss music? Right? Boss music starts playing, yada 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 yada. I don't think. I apparently really don't have the brain for this today. I've been in just like pure asset creation mode. Ooh, my character just lunged. But yeah, I've been in like pure asset creation mode, so I'm just like hardwired for that at the moment. Also, I'm letting this play out for a moment because it's gonna be my luck. The loop is like broken now somehow. I know the loop's not clean for this song though. Okay, it is looping. I love the way he leans back and forth. It looks really silly. I have so much work to do on this model. It doesn't help that like basically everything from the shoulders down is just stiff as a board. Okay, stop running that. Yeah, I do plan on getting in the mouth. It's just one of those things where I'm still debating on how I want to do it, because part of me wants to do it like texture based. The thing with that is that's going to be harder to set up with like actually VTubing. Like it'd be one thing if this model was for something else, but for VTubing that'll be kind of weird. It's just like one of those things though where if like I actually model out the mouth and have it like rigged and stuff, it's not going to be as accurate to like the PS1 look, which is fine, but like I would prefer to like keep it closer. I mean, he at the same time though, I have already kind of yeah. I mean, my spirit animal is Kermit the Frog, so it would be appropriate. But yeah, it's just one of those things I haven't completely decided on. But I do know I want to learn more about getting the model to just like kind of animate better in here, because as it stands, I'm not a huge fan of the way like the rest of the body is. The head's kind of fine. I do know I need to fix the like the cloth on the neck, whatever. The head clips through that because it's like not following the rig as much as it should be. So I gotta fix that, but that's pretty easy. I just gotta redo the weight painting, because like the big cloth flap, that's fine. That works just whatever. Okay. Yeah, here. You can see how he's just he's just a little guy. Okie doke, dude. I'll keep that in mind. Buh. It is. Even with the being really tiny. Oh, there we go. Oh, that might be part of it actually. The legs are like fully extended when I'm like sitting up properly. Yeah, I have to kind of crouch down for the legs to not be like weird. That's weird. Enough of that. Um, hmm. I don't know. Maybe today is just not a dev stream kind of day. You know, because I'm getting nothing done. This has just not been a productive stream. Um, hmm. I don't know what to do otherwise, though. That's the thing. I could, I don't know, we could play something. I don't really know what I would play. Maybe. I could. What do I want to work on though? That's the thing. Um, nah, I don't feel like doing on the RuneScape stream. Um, but I do think it would be fun though if I were to ever decide to do like RuneScape streams. I do think it'd be fun to like recreate my character in that and use that as the model because that would be really easy. It would essentially be the same like workflow I did with this character. Um, Maybe even be easier. There might be a way to just straight up like rip that model, which would be great. But um, well, I think at least in the meantime, I'm going to take a very short break, grab a little coffee, and while I'm doing that, we'll figure out what we want to do. All right. Yeah. So let me put that back on and coffee break. Alright. Back. So, I think I know what we're gonna do today. Because I don't have the brain power to like actually work on anything, is what I'm thinking. So, what we're going to instead do is we're gonna go on a field trip. A field trip! We're gonna open up Ocarina of Time, and we're gonna do some research! How exciting! So let me set things up on my end. Go. Let me set up my very real Nintendo 64. I gotta find it. Oh god, I have so many different versions of it. Okay, so do we play the normal game or do we play Master Quest? No, this is the soundtrack from Final Fantasy IX. Thank you, though. The fact that you confused any of my music with the soundtrack is quite the compliment. But yeah, should we do normal or Master Quest? Oh wait, you know what? We gotta do normal. Damn, because the Master Quest version I have isn't a normal one. I don't feel like trying to find that. Let's pause the music. All right. Oh my god, it's so quiet. Hold on. Still kind of setting things up on my end, too. Is that gonna work? I mean... why are you being stupid, man? But why? Alright, we're about to see... Ah! The Infinite Void! Holy shit! Oh no, gee golly, I can't believe my Nintendo 64 is on the screen. What? It's crazy. We're gonna figure out how to do this on the fly. Or you know what? Hold on. Capture any full screen. Does it like that? Is it angry at me? Is it gonna be a bitch? It might be a bitch. I think we gotta do it like this. Gotta wait for, there we go. That's kind of annoying. I didn't want this to be a desktop. I was hoping to have... Because I have chat opened up on my phone. I was hoping to be able to close that and just have it on the desktop. But it's not letting me play this in any way but full screen. Character's doing a little dance. How is the game audio? Because it's pretty quiet for me. I forgot to check that before I got like the thing all set up. Hi, puppy. Like, can you guys even hear it? It's really quiet for me. Bacon. All right. Remember, class, where this is a research trip. Okay, yeah, I raised it for myself, so the way I did it shouldn't have raised it for stream, but let me know if it did. Oh my goodness, puppy! Hello. Yeah, you better take notes. Because all of this will be on the test. So I do know something I will maybe try. Maybe being a very big word. Because I would like to try and have at least one pre-rendered background environment for the prototype. But I don't know about it. Oh my god, it's him. It's him! No! Ugh, I can't wait to have like actual character models in the prototype though. We will not be paying much attention to the dialogue, however. So like I said, this is a research trip. No fun allowed here. I don't know how long I'll play this, but I want to at least get through the Deku Tree, because I changed this. I'm pretty sure I changed the stream title. You might need a refresh. I don't know. I don't really know how it works either. But I know on my end, I changed it. Did that like here? Check that. On my end, it is. I don't know. I'm so sorry, guys. You're missing the cutscene. I can't believe I'm doing this. There we go. We're back. We're so back. Ooh, I have like no anti-aliasing on. And I accidentally got rid of chat. I'm falling apart. The bus has fallen off the ridge. I got like the caramel one. I didn't make anything fancy. It's a lazy day. Okay, Navi. Okay, Navi. All right. It's time for research. So, if I do like a pre-rendered background, it'll probably be like a single view one like this, because you can also do, I don't remember, yeah, you can also set it up so that you see it like this in here, but I probably won't do anything. This would be kind of... Ooh, yummy. Yeah, I won't do anything like this, more than likely, because this would be a little harder to set up. Though, I mean, I guess that also kind of depends. But, alright, so... let's get out there. So, main things we need to look out for. Some of the texture work stuff, right? And then... also, we want to be keeping an eye out for control things, right? So, like, one of the things I don't think I'm going to be able to implement. Well, maybe I could. I probably could. It would probably be pretty easy, right? With how I currently have it set up. Is, okay, like, if you very lightly, like, press on a control stick, you can get Link to turn without moving. That would be relatively easy to set up. Also, if he turns like at a harsh enough angle, it's instant. Interesting. I never noticed that they don't have like a skid animation in this. Like Link comes to a full stop and then starts moving back. It's not instant. There is a like slight delay there. You just have a bit of a lean, so we'll wanna have that. I mean, you basically always want to have that. And then I do know, and this is something I've been meaning to do with targeting. I do want to like have it actually do something if there is no target too. Because as it stands, it basically just brings up the fucking targeting bars. Where we will end up deviating, right? Is by having it to where it's kind of like Wind Waker. Because in Wind Waker, it'll do this, but then if you start turning the camera... yep. Did we do that? If you start turning the camera, then it'll go into like a more free cam mode. Also, we have automatic camera panning. It's a pretty easy thing to set up. At least it should be. That's always the thing, right? Yeah. Okay. Let's look around at some of the texture work here, right? So... it kinda looks like they just like extruded out the side here. No, that might be its own texture. It might just be like an altered texture that doesn't have it. No, it does! Wow, okay, yeah. So yeah, you can see right there that literally the way they textured this is they just kind of textured it as if it didn't have this big ramp or whatever. And you can see the pattern kind of overlapping. It's a pretty good spot to see it. Interesting. Like, I shouldn't like try to replicate things like that, really, but I don't know. It's like part of the charm from this era. I think it's just that like kind of like more amateurish stuff. Like, look at this. Like, this is such a stretched texture. It's stretched to fucking hell. There's probably like 4, maybe 5 pixels across this entire length. But like, I don't know. Like, I have a love for the fact that like even one of the most legendary games of all time does have things like that where they kind of look, this kind of thing is pretty simple. You just take the same texture and then do like a second version that has that like bottom layer. It is kind of interesting seeing the amount of like vertical variance, if that makes sense. I'd be curious to see how they did that in Though, then again, this does look like it's like really up close on the texture, right? Yeah, I'm probably overthinking this. I think it is that they just like it's a lot closer up to the texture than you'd think, and therefore like it just looks longer. Because that is one of the really interesting things about the Nintendo 64 and why it looks the way it does, is the texture filtering method that they used. Wasn't used by other things at the time. And what it does is it kind of results in this, well, sort of smudgy look. It makes it to where you can have textures be like really blown up and out of proportion and still look like quote unquote fine. In fact, here's a really good example of that. See that seam? So you can actually see, like, because that's the same texture between those two walls, but that one's just blown way the fuck up. Whereas this one's way smaller. And that's just like one of the things that like I think is a big part of like properly capturing the Nintendo 64 look. Is just you gotta have like these weird imperfections that just came from the limitations of the hardware. Because that's what like it really stems from. Let's see. Something I do find kind of interesting though, right, is here is a bit different, however. How are they handling that? Because it seems like I'm not seeing as noticeable it's like this bottom part looks like to be the same height, and if it was like stretched it would be more like over there. In fact, you can still see it kind of around the corner. It could be that they have this as like a separate texture here, but that would mean more polygons, and I don't think they'd be willing to do that for like this big wide open area, and doing that for all of the like walls. I don't think they would do that. So that's kind of weird. Unless they did that for like the top here, because they would have to do that far less in that scenario. It is kind of interesting though. You can see they colored the vertexes towards the top darker. So you see how it just kind of like gradually gets darker? I think that might be from vertex coloring, which is kind of an interesting use, but I guess that kind of helps with the depth of things. Makes it feel like just that slight bit further. I'll have to mess around with that. I probably should have put into the title that this is more of a, like, looks at Ocarina of Time and less of a plays Ocarina of Time. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Look at that. Oh, we love that texture work. We absolutely love that. So good. But it's like it's so interesting too, because like these are the kinds of things where like you don't really. Hey, I'm very good at this game actually. But these are the kind of things like I never noticed this kind of stuff as a kid. You know what I mean? Like I was just giant Zelda. Ooh, interesting. Does that happen like consistently? Because I do want to mess around with having the camera be more classic. I don't really want it to be like a typical modern camera where you just move it all around. I'd like to mess around with it being more like back when you didn't have controls for your camera. That's a really interesting factor to have there, is that it seems like Link has some kind of like ray cast in front of him. Well, I don't know. Because it kind of seemed like over here, it was only doing it if I... Oh. Well, I didn't want to do that. No, it doesn't matter which way he's facing. I think as long as you're near one of these kinds of ledges, where no? Oh, I think it's based on the camera then. Yeah, that's camera based. So it's probably just like it's an object or like the point from which the vertex is happening, right, is a slight bit off from where Link is, and then based on the camera direction, right? So, like, even though Link's facing to the left, it's still, like... Well, not anymore. It would still be to his, like, left shoulder kind of side. And then if we bring it over here... Okay. That would be pretty easy to set up. You just set up like a, ooh, we're near a ledge kind of angle, and then have it pan to that when it's true. Though this is kind of weird here. It's like panning up more. Spin! Huh. You know what? I am actually going to, I think, change the title of this, because I really am not, like, playing this. So let me change the scene real quick, because otherwise it's gonna show all my shit. Studies! Ocarina of Time. There we go. There we go. All set. Okay. So, let's like actually start progressing a little bit though. Yeah. I need to look into, oh. Huh. I didn't remember that being a thing. I need to look into if there is a way. So currently the way I have the camera set up to where it doesn't like go through things is that it's using like Godot's basic spring arm system, which is just fine, right? It's doing a good job, but I do want to see if it can like potentially ignore certain layers. I haven't really messed with it that much. Camera went a little funky. Wow, the collision on this, interesting. Okay, that would be pretty easy to set up. Is within a certain range, just start panning the camera up so that it's not colliding with Link, or not Link, but whatever my character ends up being. Yeah. Okay. Oh my goodness. Here we go. Wow. Let me just borrow it forever. Okay. That's something else that'll be kind of interesting. I'd like to do like a menu that's more like from this era, but I don't really like know how I want to do it. Because like this is like a really iconic menu. I don't want to just like straight up copy this, but I want something of this like nature, right? Where it's kind of just like unique. It's like you wouldn't really see something like this anymore. All right, got our sword. Gotta get our shield. Huh, okay. So right now, right, the way I have the targeting camera set up is essentially it's just taking like it's getting the point in between like you and the target spot, right? And then what it's doing is it's also like changing the distance for the camera to like basically match the distance between you and the object up until you're within a certain range. And it's like sort of what's happening here, but it keeps a more consistent distance from Link than it's keeping from my character. Something that definitely makes this more controlled, though, is the fact that you're never getting like a full side profile view with this targeted camera. Whereas with mine, like, that's going to happen, unless I just decide to not let that happen, right? And then also, you have the camera panning on its own, but it is largely just like, you get like a slight curvature to the movement. And it is still completely based on the camera direction, right? So you're kind of at the mercy of like how fast is the camera panning to keep the target in view. Link's attacks do feel like so much more responsive though. Oh, I forgot about that. Because you don't really think about this much in this game, but there are the different attacks based on like what direction you're pressing when you attack. That would be kind of cool to implement and like actually do something with. Because that is something like they did that for a lot of these games. Just to like never really have the combat do anything with it that I can think of. Like, I can't think of any moment aside from like Skyward Sword, but Skyward Sword they had motion controls, so you were doing this yourself. Like, but it would be pretty interesting to have it like set up to where you have like holding back does the horizontal, you know, just tapping it does the vertical, and then pressing forward does a stab. And then, of course, you have a spin attack. Because that's something I really want to try and like mess with in my prototype, is just like, I love Zelda combat, but it never quite reaches the heights I think it's capable of. You know, like I wish it was more willing to like focus on the actual combat. You know, like, oh hey, you're swinging a sword. Like, make the sword swinging more interesting. Again, probably the game that did the most with that was like Skyward Sword. But so many of the fights kind of boil down to like attack at the right time and like maybe use one of your equipment items. I'd like to take some influence from like some more like modern action adventure games. Like I know one game in particular I have in mind is God of War. The most recent ones. I'd like there to be attacks where it's like, hey, don't block this. And like have it, I'd like to have like a parry system. Which, I mean, like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom do have a parry. I think Skyward Sword did too. But like I'd like to like go kind of in depth with the combat a little. Depending on how difficult that is. Because that is a huge can of worms. Alright. Back to like actually progressing though. Also, targeting is not based on the camera, it's based on Link. Which is kind of interesting. It seems like is it like a... Is it like a distance thing? Look at him go! Oh my god! That is kind of interesting. I wonder how it's handling the priority of this. So, what's probably happening is there is probably some kind of like underlying number where it's like, hey, this has a higher priority. So if there's an enemy here, that would probably have the highest priority, but these rocks must have like a higher priority than the sign, at least in terms of switching targets. But if I start by targeting the sign, oh, that also has like a really short target range. Ooh, I like can't target the sign at all now, which is pretty interesting. Also, I never noticed, and this is because as a kid I never played with toggle targeting. I always played with hold targeting. I just find it a little more like satisfying, personally. I never noticed that when you have more than one target, like, how do you get out of targeting? You have to like press back and target? It's a little funky, but kind of feels intuitive. Like, oddly enough. Oh, that's something I need to work on. I hadn't really thought about like climbing and stuff. But that's more something I think I want to work on once we get the fucking, oh my god. My god, wow, brain. It's a good thing I'm not trying to actually do dev shit today. At least anymore, because holy crap, I just cannot think. Once we get the character model in, because then I can also tune the animations around it. There we go. Thanks, brain. Jesus. Alright, let's get some grass. This kid's really lucky he's not gonna age, because oh my god, he'd be feeling this in his bag. We got like dynamic camera area there. If I remember correctly, it's 40 rupees? Ooh, this is actually a pretty good spot to see how this works. It's panning up. It did not, however, do the like ledge panning thing on its own. I think it will only set that when you move, which is kind of interesting. That makes sense though, because that would be kind of jarring to like turn around, have the camera pan while you're just like sitting there, and then it's suddenly pointing all the way down. Forgot I set my name to Bacon. Okay. See, I'm trying to get the camera in like a really weird spot with this, because this is okay. So it does try to accommodate for like the fact it's going to be hitting the floor a bit. Interesting. Don't think I have enough rupees. I want to double check this. It's been so long since I played this game like normally. I do a lot of randoms whenever I randos whenever I come back to this now. Yep. Actually, you know what? Interesting. Link like kind of backs up. Yeah, he like backs up into position. And it kind of uses like the same targeting camera. It just like goes to a set spot. Also, the camera takes so long to set. Like it really has to like work for it. This is not the place I thought it was, but this should hopefully put us at the rupees we need. Yeah. get that shield. Can I buy a stick? Oh, that rando mindset. I could just go get sticks. I could just kill these Dekubamas. Shut up. Ah, I forgot to equip the shield. Ah! Yep, There we go. Bam! Alright, out of my way, dipshit. Good grief! It like sometimes lets you like skip through the dialogue fast, and then most of the time it's just like, nah. You gonna watch this shit today. Oh, wait a second. Is it like holding B that seems to do it? Alright. Well, what I want to do. Alright. Ah, I'm stupid. Well, at least I can get them back easily. Curious as to if I, gotta remember how to... That's right, okay. It's... Nope. Yeah, I did it! Infinite sword glitch. Oh no, I didn't win! Fine, asshole. I didn't want the frickin' ISG anyway. Yep. I get it, man. Feel you. I see what you're putting down. No worries, dude. I know you're working. Okie dokie. So yeah, this is another example of the texture stretching that they would use. Like, god damn. I kind of see how this works. It feels like it just kind of like uses your current momentum and then holds it while also adding a bit to it until the end of the roll, and then it just kind of abruptly stops. Because like if I just like barely move enough to like put myself in the running, and it feels like you have to be in a rest state. Like you can't just like walk into it. You have to, yeah. It has to register as you like going into a full run. So it's based on the like how hard you're pressing the stick forward and shit. Oh, all right. Let's go look at the Deco tree. Yo. All right. It's a really good example of just how much vertex coloring can do for a scene. There's also a very slight fog, right? Just to help with the depth of it. I can see how this is all modeled too. It's like kind of like they took just a big cylinder, right? And then made it go up, and as it goes up, it like scales down slightly. And then in terms of like adding all the platforms and stuff, they just kind of extruded out faces and stuff like that. And then for places like this, they just connect it by bringing them down and okay. Yep, I am well aware. I was just about to look down below. Ooh, the water's not animated when you're up here. Makes sense. I don't think that area is like actually loaded. I think that's just like a version of the area that yeah. Nubby, please. It's kind of interesting how this try is like shaded weird. It's such an abrupt line. I kind of see how they did this texture here. What I'm curious about though, is right here, that might be the texture that's like darkening, but like it could also be like the vertex coloring there. Don't know. It's very interesting. Still kind of messing around with how this camera works. Actually, this would be a better spot for it, because it's... Interesting, it actually starts doing that from pretty far back. There's two. There's two. It's using two different like raycasts. Basically, there's one for like way far out, right? Where it's like, oh shit, we're coming up on a ledge. Pan up, and now we're gonna pan all the way up because we're at the ledge now. Yeah, that's exactly how that works. We done learned today. All right. Here's another chance to see the targeting at like a weird angle. I think what's actually happening, because the way I'm handling it too, right, is that rather than it being okay, I don't know why I started saying it. Like, so basically, what's happening, right, is the object, the pole arm that's holding the camera, right. So if you can visualize, like, picture a selfie stick, right. The hilt of the selfie stick when I'm not targeting in the prototype, right, is always trying to be in position above the character's head. But once I start targeting something, what it does then is it goes to the middle point, so the handle's in between the two, you and the target, right? And then it zooms out, so it extends out, right? But for this, what it's doing is instead, it's keeping the handle on Link, right? Maybe doing a little bit of distance shifting. It's also messing with the angle that handle is being tilted at. And then it just has the camera facing that medium point. So I can pretty easily set that up. I think that would work a lot better. Yeah. Because the way I have it now, like, it does end up with scenarios where it just doesn't quite look the way I'd like it to. The thing is if I'm gonna set it up like this, I have to disable the turning the camera up. So I think next dev stream is going to be a let's figure out the camera stuff kind of stream and get it more in line with this, because I honestly, the more I'm messing with this, I do really like the camera game. I feel like they did a really good job with making it like a very workable camera. Yep. I am so aware, Navi. You have no idea how aware. I didn't remember it doing like these kind of like forced tutorial messages. It makes sense, right? But okay. Something else I find interesting is look at the shadows beneath Link's feet. Right? It's pretty interesting the way they handle that. I think what's happening is basically they just, like, whatever's the closest light source, they just, like, take that and then point away from it. And I think the angle at which, yeah, because they extend if it's like further away, and then kind of shrink if it's close. Yeah, I think that is how it works. So I might try that. But again, that's something I'll probably mess with as I once I have the character model in, which will not be for a little while. Just because I would want it to be lined up with the feet. Wouldn't really be able to tell the stupid capsule character. Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay. Bing. Okay. These doors are pretty simple too, the way they work. Oh shit, what could it be? Surely it's something oh. Yippee. Get fucking owned! God, it's really nice being able to climb up this without needing to like stop every 2 seconds because the sculptures are facing me. Something that might be kind of interesting to mess with. And honestly, I might need to shift away from using like an axe as the weapon for the character. That was what I was considering, because now that I really do want to like try to replicate this. But I think having it to where like there is a like significant difference in the attack speed, depending on what kind of slash you're doing. Ooh. I didn't remember it actually letting you like go down the ledge like that. It's a really nice effect when you hit. I should like try to pull up the textures and see what that effect is actually made up of, because I do really like the way that looks. It's a really nice particle. You see some sparks fly off it, but like especially that core part of it, I'm curious as to what that actually looks like isolated. Yippee! It was actually an instance where it felt like stabbing was a good idea. I got nut. Okay. Yeah. Don't waste the stick. Okay. There's something I want to do too, is have some pre-rendered God. Freaking like items. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Be curious. Does this work as Child Link too? I don't think it does. It does. Oh wait, no. Okay. I've never messed around with this glitch before. Damn it. Yeah, I don't know if that does work, because child, you might need to be adult for that. No biggie. Alright, these guys respawn. So stabbing does lunge you forward. Right? There's also a very, very short delay between you pressing the direction and it like actually going. I think that is to like complement be able to do the like horizontal slashes. Interesting. Yippee! I don't want to talk about it. That was neat. I really messed around with like aiming like this. Feels very funky. All right. Let's get to Goma. What am I doing? I know better. Oh, interesting. Oh. Damn it. Didn't have my sword out, so I couldn't just jump attack. Got fucking owned, you bitch! That's interesting. Taking out your sword actually makes you shift slightly back. Nope. Not close enough to the edge. Damn it. Am I not doing this right? Oh my god. I am being an idiot. Up. How do I change slash? Like, it gets just like. You know, it just like occurred to me the water in this is a lot more saturated than I remember, but it might just be specifically in here. Yay! I did it! Oh, wait. I want that chest. Gimme. Yep. The amount of times as a kid I would accidentally roll there. No, my stick! My stick! Unbelievable. Can you believe this? Absolute horseshit. Okie doke. Oh, yeah. It never really occurred to me that the aiming that is based on where Link's looking too. See? I'm not. Oh wait, I have. I'm sorry, no. Ah! Doo-doo-doo. You know, I kind of started just playing the game. This room is pretty interesting for, in terms of like the vertex coloring. First off, you can definitely see that they used vertex coloring down at the bottom of this to help with making it seem more like it's actually underwater. You get that kind of like green. But they also use that green up here a little, just to kind of make things like a little bit more visually appealing. Very interesting. Yep. Mm-hmm. You got it. I did not remember the text scrolling being so slow. There goes my stick. No, I actually get to keep it. I figured that would have been too long. Oh, I think this just grew back. Alright, let's keep going. You bastard. Okay, I was kind of curious about that. When it comes to whether or not you're stabbing it, it is based on the direction of like to the enemy, which is kind of interesting. Oh, didn't mean to do that. If I remember correctly, I need to go in here for this close. Oh wait, I can't. That's right. I need a bot. Do-do-do. Do you like how this dungeon's like sort of got like a central mechanic motif? Or it's just like it's all about like getting webs out of your way, and that it doesn't do a lot with it just because it is like the first dungeon of the game or whatever. But it is kind of fun just seeing how right from the get-go the game's like, hey, like sometimes things kind of interact differently. This time, you bastard. Yeah. Two, three, one. Almost time for Goma. Goma? More like, go mom, I'm playing video games. I'm sorry. That wasn't even slightly funny. But like I couldn't help but giggle at myself because of how stupid it was. And I hate that. I'm my own worst enemy. Truly. You know, they really like they really get away with so much with so little in this dungeon. Like there really isn't a huge set of like textures they're using for things. And I think even this is like just like, I think this is still the same water texture as before. It's just like a different color for the base. It gives it that more green color. All right. It's time for the moment you've all been waiting for. Da 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 da. It's a pretty cool looking arena. I've always thought the arenas in this game look really cool. Well, I didn't want to trigger the fight yet, but okay. Oh wait, no, this isn't the fight trigger. This is. I want to kind of give the boss a chance to animate a bit. It's a lot of like wiggly movement to it. There she goes. Yeah. You know, usually you kill her so fast, you don't really appreciate just how fucking gross she is. see this animation play out again. Because it gives kind of a good look at the roof, too. It's actually a pretty smart way that they're doing like the stuff above. I mean, it basically is just like a rounded out top that they vertex color like red towards the center, and it just kind of like fades out towards the edges, and then they just have that like topmost layer that looks like the bottoms of trees, so you can see through it and see the red at the top, which is pretty cool. I mean, that's the kind of shit that makes me love, like, just that Nintendo 64 look. It's just there's so many, like, creative ways of achieving, like, cool-looking things that I just fucking love. Not that like, doesn't happen anymore. It's just... They had to do so many clever little tricks on the Nintendo 64. Alright. Alright, bitch! Time to die! Still gonna kind of like... I could kill her, like, way faster by doing the fucking, like, Deku sticks, but I do want to let it play out a little bit. She is a very simple boss. She really doesn't do much at all. Like, I never really thought about it. Like, she really just like drops the eggs and it comes towards you. Here, let's see. Does she even like try to do an attack? Yeah. No. I think you can interrupt her when she's up there, though. Yeah. That's all there is to it. Cool. I would like for the boss I end up making for the prototype to have a bit more to it than that, but maybe the mini boss can be a little more aligned, like in line with how that is. Before we go, let's look a bit more at the actual arena here. That really does seem to be what they're doing up there. Just a bunch of vertex colors. It's just this extra layer here to make it a little more interesting. It's really cool. It kind of looks like when it comes to the floor, it's hard to tell because of the like fog or whatever, but it does kind of look like the floor just has like some spots where it's just kind of colored a little differently, just to break it up a little. Though in the middle, it seems to like largely be like all like vertex colored, like a blue shade. It's kind of cool. Helps to make this area seem a little more, I don't know, framed for when the boss shows up and stuff. Alright. Get fucked, Goma. Alright, little bud. Careful coming home. Yeah, I'm about to end stream because we're about to get really bad weather here. I need to walk my dog before it gets any worse. No, Dicky Tree. Dicky Tree, please. Okay, I'm gonna just stop. We're just gonna stop there. I'm not gonna continue the cutscene because I do need to get going. But all right, well, we learned a lot from that. I'm glad we did that. I may do like more streams like this too. Just learn more about like how they did certain things. But yeah, that's that. Thanks for watching, guys.